Hello, it's Jim Hutchens for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. As we speak, turmoil continues in the Middle East. We're not certain what's going to happen in Libya. Elsewhere, there is uncertainty. Yemen, Syria, even Jordan. My guess would be that very likely the Muslim Brotherhood will surface to the top and direct these nations at some point. At the same time, there is this continued incessant pressure on Israel to allow for and make peace for a two-state solution, a Palestinian state. This is incredible. This is not of God. Let me read you a statement by Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman. He recently said this: support for the establishment of a Palestinian state is actually support for the establishment of a terror state whose primary aim is the destruction of Israel. That's what they want to do. It's in their charter documents. Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, the Palestinian Authority, they all say it. And they're all clients of, at this point, of Iran, the greatest exporter of terrorism on the planet. Let me read this again. Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman. Support for the establishment of a Palestinian state is actually support for the establishment of a terror state whose primary aim is the destruction of Israel. Dear friends, a Palestinian state is not of God if it's built on the backs of Israel and of Israelis. Listen to what the prophet Joel says about this. Joel chapter 3. I will enter into judgment against them who are coming against Israel. I will enter into judgment against them concerning my inheritance, my people Israel. For they scattered my people among the nations, and they divided up my land. My land. This is God's land. And God has decreed it to the Jews. Not for a Palestinian state. A Palestinian state is not of God. So what do? Well, we need to pray. Certainly we need to pray. But how do we pray? We pray for wisdom, guidance, direction, protection, all that for our leaders. But how are we to pray? And I want to tell you how I pray. Not only for our political leaders, but for many of our spiritual leaders. Sadly, many of these are evangelicals who've lost their way with regard to Israel. I want to pray what Hosea did with regard to his adulterous wife. It's recorded for us in Hosea chapter 2 and verse 6. Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so that she cannot find her way. That's my prayer for our leaders. That God would block their path with thorn bushes, painful hindrances to what they are attempting to do with regard to establishment of a Palestinian state. I will wall them in so that they cannot find their way. Bring confusion in the camp. A Palestinian terrorist state is not of God, certainly on God's land. Let me ask you to do something else. Take the initiative. Find out how to be in contact with your congressman, your senator. Call them, write them, email them, fax them, whatever. But get in touch with them and tell them, do not support a Palestinian state that will be the creation of another terrorist state in that region. Do it. Do it now. Od Yavo Shiloh, until Messiah comes. Shalom Aleichem.